college, it was so funny. Like we would go to these major cities, and these guys that I was with, like they were like, theology majors, and they would like speak at these different places, and I wasn't good enough. So I would speak at like the flea markets, you know what I'm saying? I would speak. I think for me, because, somebody had spoken to me when I was about 17 years old, and they literally saw this. Like when I was 17, sleeping in abandoned buildings, not taking showers, eating out of trash cans, they were like, yo, you got something. And I was like, well, what is that? You know what I'm saying? They were
was
like,
that the first time you
that
like?
Was the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it's an older man who was like, yo, you can do it. So he helped me to get my GED, sent me out to college on one of my homeboys, and it was just unbelievable. He helped me get my GED, sent me 780 miles away from Detroit, and I just got in a new environment in college. And once I got there, I was just like, I was so grateful that I had to pay it forward. So I was like, yo, what this guy did for me, I've got to do unto others. And that's what I've been doing, just speaking life into people who just don't believe that they can do it. So many people think that like you have to have a mother or a father in your life. Like you have to go to a certain school. You have to, and I don't believe that. I believe when you wake up and you're ready to like live, at that point, I can help you to get from where you are to where you want to be. And that's why I say, some people think, when you look at certain successful people, maybe their fathers passed something down or their mothers passed down. It's like, no, it doesn't make a difference if they pass it down or not. Everybody's got to wake up and grind. And if you're willing to work like they're willing to work, you can have whatever you want. For me, here's the deal. A lot of people say ET is a motivational speaker. Really, I'm not, Gary.
What are you?
I started as an educator.
Yeah.
So I got a degree in education. I started with a GED program.
Yeah.
I was just great at the GED program.
Right.
And I think that's where people go wrong. People think that it is a profession that makes you great. It's not. I believe you have to be great, and you take whatever you're doing and you make that thing minimize me. Like,
I totally
don't
agree.
make me into that. Like, I taught a GED program. Like, you build businesses, I build people.
Yep.
I just happen to be able to talk about what I do. A lot of people can't talk about what they do. I just talk about what, but I build people. If you put me in a room with somebody that's about to get a divorce, I guarantee.
You go first.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say this, because you talked about that first speech. Again, Gary, I wasn't doing that for the world. It's an accident that video came out. Like, I had no idea that
Somebody was
kids from the inner city who were about to get kicked out of Michigan State, and I was going off. I was just going off because it's like they don't have 3 chances. Like their parents, just got laid off of Ford, Jim, and Chrysler. We're talking about when the country hit the recession. These kids' parents have lost their jobs. GM, Ford, Chrysler, all crashing. This is their chance to get a degree.
And they're bullshitting.
So I'm going off.
Of course.
So give them a tool or two that they can literally take. I'm talking about as soon as, like, don't, I listen to some of these guys, no disrespect, but it takes about 18 messages before you actually say something to me, right? So I'm saying, do me a favor, just give them 1 or 2 things, and as soon as the conference is over, they can literally take with them and actually pull. Because you can't reach everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I don't care how good you are at what you do. You pick your poison, you pick a group, and you just pour into that group so that every time they listen to you, like Gary said, like I'm just be honest. Like I'm like Gary, I don't listen to anything, I don't read anything. But I got hooked on this Beyonce song. I was here. And I've been listening to that song this morning, I was listening to it. It's like I can't put it down. And it's not because it's Beyonce. Like, no disrespect, but it's not because of what you think. But when I hear the song, I hear I was here. So I'm waking up this morning like, when you hit the Gary Vee show, you gotta be present. Like, not just there, you gotta be present. Because you may only get to do this one more time. So I'm listening to her song, and I felt like she wrote it for E.T. So if you're gonna
We should find out. Guilt them into loving you.
Oh, that's so, Look, guys, that first video, for real, you'll be shocked at the millions of people. That one video has 38 million views. And you'll be shocked that I did not do that on purpose. You'll be shocked that what Gary Vee just said, I poured into that community for about 18 years, and then boom, all of a sudden one day, that seed blossomed into a tree. Like 18 years.
Doing.
Told you to do. That 6 months later, voila. No.
How do you think about patience?
I mean, it's life. It's everything.
I'm a big pusher of patience.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because you don't know the result. You can only work the process. You don't know when the pride is coming.
Do you know what I'm most fascinated about? Everybody there right now, how many people gave up a month before it was gonna happen? Like,
weeks.
Like I'm worried that what happens when you die and you like go talk to God, God's like, yo, listen, I gotta show you something. You gave up on March 19th, 1994, it was gonna happen on April 7th, 1994, and you're like, what? Like, I'm fascinated by lack of patience.
Zero. zero. I didn't get the PhD for success. I got the PhD for the patience.